Hello, everyone, and welcome to the newest episode. It's been quite a while, but the newest episode of Fox and Mule. So I'm here with
Yay!
Jana.
Finally, I can actually be understood, it sounds like.
Yes, so we had to sacrifice her better microphone for connection because she lives in the dark depths of nowhere, New Mexico. But hey, you can understand what she's saying, so it's much better.
Yeah, I'm just using my phone today, so it seems like it is connecting pretty well, so
Oh, it's been perfect, no delay or anything, Jan. It's awesome.
thank God. Yeah, when we tried it on computer, it was like unsalvageable. We actually already watched like the whole first 15 minutes, but it said my ping was over 5,000.
Your pig is over
Insert
5,000!
I was about to say, insert the Vegeta meme, just like, her ping is over 5,000!
Ah!
Like, can't measure it anymore.
Oh my god. So yeah, we're watching. We both have a pretty decent background with the original Lion King. We both really love the original, and I have never seen the 2019 remake, so it is about time for me to experience it.
Yeah.
And I'll, like I said in the last recording session we tried, I'll try to keep as open a mind as I can, see if there's anything I do like about it. I'm pretty negative on it so far from what I've seen, but, you know, I'll give it a fair shake, and we'll have fun commentating over it and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, and I want to make it clear, I did not pay to see this film. I halfway considered it just because, I don't know, me and Blake have history trademarked with this film. And so when it came out, I was like, oh, maybe, you know, because like some of the earlier live, I'm not a big fan of these, but some of the earlier ones at least like did something with the properties. So I'm like,
they felt different.
Maybe they'll do something. Like Maleficent is like nothing like Sleeping Beauty, for example. You know, it's kind of a weird film, but it's like not a shot for shot. So I'm like, oh, you know, it could be cool. But then I heard everyone just saying like, no, it's a shot for shot. I'm like, oh, well, I'm not gonna go pay to see it then. Never mind. I'll just have someone stream it, which is what I did. That's how I watched it with other old Lion King friends. It was not great. It was just a shot for shot. I can't fully blame the director because I know he directed like Iron Man, and I love that movie. So
Mandalorian's
it's like,
really good
I know
too.
he knows how to direct. But I'm just like, I imagine all the Disney suits were just there like, all right, so we want you to do Lion King, but like, please don't change this. And like, oh god, actually don't change, no, you gotta, don't change this, don't change this. This is iconic. This has to stay. This has to stay. This actually, you know what, just if you add anything, make sure it's trivial and unimportant so it doesn't ruin anything.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised. This is just a in my head scenario, but if it was like he's trying to make something and they're like, don't change this, don't change that, and he's just like, fuck it, I'll just make the same movie again but with CG. And that was the
Honestly,
end of that.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked.
Me neither. I'm sure that is a big, because they know with their more valuable properties too, they're like, well, we don't want to like ruin it. I'm just like, well, then what else is the point though if you're not changing anything? These aren't even like old movies. I'm like, this movie's like 25. Like, it's not that old.
If this movie's old, then I guess I'm pretty ancient.
Yeah. You're older than Lion King, so wait.
I'm like a few
94?
months younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, yeah.
Well, same year though.
You need to be fucking updated, okay?
I need that firmware.
Yeah. Updated for the time. Oh god, that was the other thing about this. I think this looks slightly better now, but when I was on my computer, it's still, well, it doesn't look great, but when I was on my computer trying to watch this film, it very much looked like a video. Like, this kind of looks like a video game to me a little bit. I don't know. It
does. Holy so I'm also spoiled on some of this stuff because I've been watching, YMS. I've been watching his, like, editing streams of this, or, like, the highlights of them. And there are a few things I'll probably, like, regurgitate from those because they're just accurate. But
yeah,
for one, it does look like a video game. The CG, especially on on a technical level, it's impressive. There are shots that do look good, but then there are many shots.
Especially when you consider that the backgrounds aren't even real. I think that's pretty impressive. But anyway, sorry, keep going.
Oh, it's okay. But some of the shots do not look very good, and especially looking close on so I'm watching this on my computer monitor, so it's like I get especially close-up look. In the theater, I'm sure it's a little easier to pass, you're far away from the screen, but looking close up, it's like, God, I looks like I could be playing this on my PS5 next month.
I know. Like a very high quality video game, to be fair, but it still has a very video gamey look.
The Last of Us Part 3 is looking a little interesting.
It's more noticeable than when I first watched this,
Right.
And this is the other thing I was saying. I know I said this already. You're probably going to get repeats from last time we recorded this, but this is an example where it's just like, man, we could like answer who Nala's father is. People have been wondering for 25 years. We could like do some cool character development. Like, why is Scar like this? Fans have been asking. Or we could just show mouse bullshit for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, this movie is over half an hour longer than the original, and not because they expand on anything important, because they follow stupid shit. Like, instead of the scene with the mouse that was like 10 seconds in the original, it's now like a minute and a half. So
I know.
So that is where our time is going, and I know of a few other scenes later on that are pointless, minute-long bullshit that is not necessary.
I know. When that's the only thing they changed to, it's so disappointing. Because people have been asking the same questions for like ages, and they won't answer it, but they're just like, oh man, let's have like, I don't know, pointless garbage. I'm like, it would, like, establishing shots and setting the vibe are one thing, but I'm like, come on man, like, I don't need a 3-minute mouse running next to a pond.
That shot bothered me. The one with Mufasa against the plain white, pure white background. It looked like a transparent PNG for a second.
I feel like there's got to be some screenwriting rule where it's like, we
need more mouse bullshit.
Yeah.
God damn it! That's what sells. You heard sex sells? No, it's mouse bullshit.
CGI video game lions hunting mice. That's what sells. I feel like in movies especially, though, most directors want to be brief because it's like, do you really think your audience attention span is gonna want to follow this? Especially when you have to cram like an entire fucking story into like an hour and a half, right? So...
And the story of The Lion King is not complex enough for a like epic length movie length. That made no sense.
No.
That sentence was bad. But like, it's not the fucking Godfather or something.
No.
It's not Schindler's List. It's The Lion King. It's simple. It's not that complicated. Unless you're like going over more story from sequels. If they did expand it, they made it more complicated, then sure, but they didn't. It's just,
this isn't Lord of the Rings.
It looked kind of real.
We don't need like 60 pages of like Mordor, the Mines of Moria, like.
Yes, true.
Guys,
okay. Surely this movie is as complicated as the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah. This is the fucking Lord of the Rings.
I am a monkey.
Rafiki lives in Mordor. It's the gates of Sauron. I don't know.
I fucking hate centipedes.
It's Sauron's eye.
I will
The greatest crossover of all time starts here.
I would love if he took that like worm that he picked up, instead of placing it gently, he just like started like writing shit and with its guts on the wall. Like an actual monkey.
Oh my god.
I spray my cocaine.
Like, they add these details. I'm like, dude, okay, I didn't have to know how he drew the shit on the tree. Like,
right. Like, in the original, he just quickly, like, mixes something in a bowl and that's it. And it looks cooler, too. Now it's like, he has bugs and he blows shit on them.
It, like blow torches it. What?
Right? Is that really
is this real?
And is that necessary information?
Oh my god! Now that looks kind of cool. This effect, I think this looks really cool.
Yeah, it's a neat effect. Also, one thing that is, I'm going to hurt you with some information that I know that Adam pointed out during his streams, and it's going to drive you insane if this is something that would bother you seeing it. So just to make your viewing experience more painful, because I now have to see it. The lighting. I don't know if you noticed it, but whenever they're in the sun, they're lighting. The lighting's not realistic. Like, everything's trying to look realistic, but the lighting is not. It doesn't reflect off the characters correctly. Every character just has a generic, like, glow lighting around them, like an outline, like they are a cartoon still, and that's part of the reason it looks even more fake. You can kind of see it right now. Like, they just have a generic glow lighting around them. It's not realistic.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
And it makes it look extra. Like, the lighting doesn't move when he moves. It's just very generic, like, you know, like it makes it look even more like a cartoon.
Yeah.
When it's supposed to be live action.
Yeah, some of the rendering is just like very video gamey for sure.
Oh god. And we're also coming to the very best line in the movie. Listen to the way he says,
"Yes."
Did you hear that?
Oh my god.
Yes. That sounded like
Robotnik.
It kind of did. It sounded like what's his face was like dying in his chair when he said that. I can't. I am having.
I'm alright.
I'm having a complete brain fart on the voice actor's name.
James
James Earl Jones. He's just like in his chair. It's like, okay, now you have to say yes. And he's just like in his slumped in his chair. He's like, yes.
You were in the fandom
good.
For how long? You can't remember names? That was a rhetorical question, but what, like 10 years? I don't know. I've been in the Lion King fandom for 9 years and change. That's quite weird. I mean, I don't actively do anything in it anymore, but
I wouldn't say I am at all anymore. I was like really obsessed with the movie for a bit, and then it just kind of fell off, and I just still, you and other friends I met through it. It's cool, and I still love the original movie, but I'm not really like specifically like, whoa, Lion King fandom, super fan. Timon
like
times
really
Ma fanfiction. Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Because I definitely wrote fanfic, and like, I don't know, I feel like no one actually really talked about the movies after a certain point, except for like the really weird people who were just like, I don't know, you know, the people who are like 35 and still very much like, here's my like super detailed fan theory on this shit that other people stopped caring about 10 years ago. You know those people?
Oh, absolutely.
Timon the Great is definitely one of those. I don't know, that guy was fucking weird. Not to drop names like that, but I mean that Timon and Ma fanfic.
We'll cover that another day.
Softcore porn, basically. Really, it's gross.
Oh god, we have seen some interesting things in our day, and on that Lion King forum we're on, and we're gonna cover that another time, sometime soon.
Yeah,
we need to do that. There's too much gold not to cover.
That guy, I remember he negged me. He was like the only person on that site who ever seriously negged me, because most people liked me, but he was just like, had such a fucking shit fit whenever anyone like
fit. I like that term.
Yeah, like, dude, it's just like, I remember literally when all the drama was going on, and he's just like fucking interrupts to talk about Timon, and everyone's like, no one gives a fuck about Timon. Like,
I like Timon as a character, but there's one thing to like a character and then be fucking obsessed with them.
I know.
Which a lot of those people were
much.
obsessed with one specific character, and it was a little unhealthy.
Yeah. Well, because people were talking about, like, actual drama, which had nothing to do with Lion King. They're just, like, I like actual serious shit and drama and all this shit that happens on this site. And then he's too, like, yeah, I feel like I just really like certain characters and no one's like... And this is... He's not even he's not even a part of any of the drama going on at all. It's, like, not related, not relevant. He's just like... I just feel like I just really like certain characters and on this forum, blah, blah, and everyone's like, okay, Jan, no one gives a fuck about Timon right now, okay?
Oh my god.
You could take your Timon angst somewhere else, thank you.
I'm glad that in this version you didn't just walk up to me. You had to chase a bug for 10 minutes to reach me.
Yeah. It totally adds character depth. There's totally a point to it.
The audience loves seeing your cute little pawsies reach for the bug.
Oh, look at the Toby.
The Toby.
Haha, Toby and Smash Bug.
I would love if some Disney executive was going up to the director. It's like, we need toe beans. People love toe beans. See on Twitter?
Probably.
And he's just like, God damn it, fine, toe beans.
They probably had some focus group and they talked about it and they were like, yeah, we were on DeviantArt and people really like toe beans.
See, we even got a quote. It says, toe beans, ooh woo.
Ooh woo.
So they love them.
There's 80% higher. We predict 80% higher customer satisfaction if we have toe bean.
You know, this movie was kind of shitty, but then I saw the toe beans and I gotta give it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it was too cute. I just had to like it.
I mean, to be fair, that actually is unfortunately a reason why, like, middle-aged moms will watch a movie.
What
like,
the fuck?
Like, my boyfriend, so context for everybody watching, my boyfriend David, his mom is obsessed with Chihuahuas, and that's the only reason she would apparently watch Beverly Hills Chihuahua on loop, that terrible movie, but it has cute Chihuahua in it, so she'd watch it over and over.
We have to go.
Oh my god. Okay, I liked Beverly Hills Chihuahua when I was 9.
Well, that's fair. That's fair to like that at 9.
Yeah, but I never saw the sequels, which is good because I think there was like 5 of them, and from what I know, they were all very trashy.
Everything in this movie looks too
plain,
bright, and too clean. Like, this is like, you know, wildlife. It's not this like clean and drab looking. It's more you have a mix of both. It doesn't really have that mix you would expect in real life of both more beautiful than this, more beautiful shots, and more disgusting shit too. So if they're trying to be realistic, it's not really hitting that. It's kind of in a boring in between.
Yeah, I agree.
Apparently, the director, John Oliver's Zazu, and he's terrible in this, but
John Favreau.
John Favreau said he's like, the skies, the pretty skies in the original are not realistic enough, and you actually look up sky photos in Africa, and they're pretty close. They're actually closer to the, like, it's more cartoony, sure, but it's the like really pretty, like, reds and all those colors you see in the original they actually happen in Africa, and they're accurate. It just depends on the time of day. You know,
I mean, the crew all went to Africa to study and just like get inspiration, so it should look, you know, I mean, obviously stylized, but like it has an aesthetic and a purpose, so I don't get why they would change it.
I don't know, as apparently no skies other than blue and clouds exist.
And sunrise
and
yellow.
Generic sunrise, sunset, just
I'm
the
just
regular.
I don't know. I do think the background shots, though, I do think they look better than the character models, though, to be fair.
That's true.
Quite a bit better, actually, really.
Oh god, how are they gonna butcher this song?
Wait till you see Be Prepared. It's like the
that
worst.
I've heard is one of the worst, like of all of them.
So I remember being on MLK and they announced this film or whatever, I was already mostly off that site by this point. But I remember how they like didn't announce Be Prepared for the longest time. And I was like, yeah, I know. But I remember that was one of the few where I felt like I had any kind of stake in it, because for the most part I was like, oh, this could be interesting. I have my hopes up a little because I was hoping it wouldn't be a shot for shot. Silly me. Fuck me for thinking that, I guess, but whatever. You know, I was just like, you know, this could be interesting. This could be a chance to delve into the world. But then, you know, they didn't announce Be Prepared. I'm like, oh, are they going to cut Be Prepared? Because that was like my favorite in the original. And I was like really hoping. It was like one of the few emotions, you know, I had waiting for this film. I'm like, oh man, I hope they really don't cut it. And then I was like, oh no, they didn't cut it, but like they really just may have have cut it. Really,
they should have.
They probably just should have at that point, but they didn't. So,
oh Jesus,
they really might as well have.
Right.
There was no reason
instead of destroying it.
In this universe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably like, oh yeah, Nazi hyenas.
Where are you going?
Too scary.
I don't have any specific opinions on John Oliver as comedian, but I hate him as Zazu in this. He's so bad. I hate his inflections. Just because just because he's British doesn't mean that he is the same quality of a voice actor as the original.
Jesus Christ.
Rowan Atkinson was so much better. I mean, not that Zazu's the most, like, major character, but it still annoys me for some reason. I just do not like John Oliver in this.
All of these characters look so much more video gamey than from what I remember my first time watching this. It's, like, off-putting.
Yeah. Ugh. Why would you sing that way?
Tycoon 3 looking good.
Not even singing the song on the right notes. Just can't wait to be king. Damn.
They're like, yeah, our technical demo for Zoo Tycoon 3 is looking really... Oh, wait. You said this was for what?
The Lion King? What?
Oh, I didn't even know.
I thought Jon Favreau was working on the new Zoo Tycoon. The song mostly sounds kind of okay, but, you know, other than John Oliver. But the original Just Can't Wait to Be King, I know why they couldn't necessarily do the, like, dynamic colors of the original, but the, I'm sure you remember all the set pieces from the original, and that's just missing. They just kind of frolic about for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
That is boring. I feel nothing.
Pretty fucking lame.
Yeah. You're gonna snap his neck.
Okay.
That is the brightest elephant graveyard I've ever fucking seen. Wow, the spooky, brightly lit graveyard.
Yeah, it's a graveyard in the middle of the afternoon. Not really so spooky anymore, but that's fine.
Yeah, if I was here and I was them, I would not be spooked, I would be bored. This place is boring, I'm out of here. This game of tag is boring, I'm out of here.
Jesus Christ. World's fastest headshot, lion, Zoo Tycoon character.
Zoo Tycoon coming to the Xbox Series X.
Is that the next Xbox console?
Yeah.
That sounds so weird. Xbox
The
X.
naming has gotten weird. The naming has gotten very weird. At least PlayStation 5 is simple.
What came before the Xbox from Sony, or did anything?
Wait, what?
What console like came before the Xbox? Because I remember as a kid it was like the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation, and then it was like
from
PlayStation
Sony.
2.
Xbox is Microsoft.
Oh, sorry.
Sony PlayStation, yeah, it's okay.
Right.
But Xbox was in the
I never had either.
The first Xbox was the generation with PlayStation 2 and the GameCube.
Yeah, I remember that.
After the original
so
PlayStation
like,
and the Nintendo 64. Yeah, those were the ones before.
Yeah, but was there a Microsoft console at that time too, or no?
That was the original Xbox was their first one. That's when they jumped in the consoles. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I remember. I never had either, but I remember that being a thing. I had a GameCube. I had friends with the PS2 and the Xbox.
Mm-hmm. One thing that definitely bothers me in this scene that I had heard pointed out before is how, like, they completely fucked up Nala. In the original, she's just as pushy about, like, going into the... Because they remove Zazu from this scene for no reason. So now Nala's the one going, like, you shouldn't, like, we shouldn't be here. In the original, she's just as, like, pushy about staying. Yeah. Which is so much more fun. And then Zazu was a better, balancing.
Stick in the mud character, yeah. Which like, makes more sense for him, too, but...
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for Nala. No. I guess he's not completely removed, but he comes in earlier in the original. Don't make me grab my rat porn from 1990! I don't know if you know what I'm referencing at all, but...
No, it just was random.
The only thing I know about John Oliver's show that was admittedly pretty funny was that he like talked about there was this actual public access show in like 1990 where they sold art, and there's actually this guy who drew like anthropomorphic rat porn, like furry porn, in 1990, and they just flat out not ironic at all. They just were like, then we're looking at this piece over here for sale. It's like rat porn. and John Oliver, the crazy fuck, actually bought it from somebody that owned it and showed it on the show. And that was actually funny. That was amazing.
Jesus Christ, what?
Yeah, I'll have to show you that. It was funny.
I believe I have something you're looking for, world. I believe I have something we've all been looking for. And it's called hope.
That's the only thing I've ever seen from her show.
I've never seen his show either.
Nah, I have no context. He might be fine. I don't like his performance in this. It annoys me.
Yeah.
He just because someone's a comedian doesn't mean they're... Because with Rowan Atkinson, even if he wasn't in a lot of cartoons, he may have been in some other cartoons, but he was a character actor, where he's... As far as I'm aware, John Oliver's just a comedian. I've not seen him do character acting, so that's the difference.
They're just like, we just need celebrities. It doesn't matter who they are.
And he's British.
British?
Is he British? Is Tuesday. You're calling me down to Disney headquarters on a Tuesday? You're perfect. You're hired. You said Tuesday. But
wrong
when does
day of the week. There is no Tuesday. That's not real.
You're fired. Now you're hired again.
Fucking British people.
People, quote unquote.
People.
The hyenas
it's sad
are
because
boring
every
as hell.
British person I know would just like with self-deprecating humor like that. They'd just be like, "Yeah, you're absolutely right."
Well, yeah, we both have British friends, and they always make jokes about themselves.
I know.
They really, the hyenas are boring as hell in this version.
Yeah, well, just like the rest of the film.
Yeah.
Buckle down. Buckle down and whip out your cock, because that Timon is coming soon, and he has a full-on make-out session with his mom, so... Better have your cock at the ready. Have the tissue papers, everything ready.
Buckle down and fuckle down, fucktown.
Yeah. Buckle down, cock up.
I can't wait.
Ready to fuck.
That should be the next thing we record, is some of that MLK stuff. That'd be amazing.
Oh my god, yes.
We could do a dramatic reading of that fan fiction.
You deliberately disobeyed me.
Me? You disobeyed me.
Like, I'm fucking tired of recording for the same shit.
I
25 years later.
already nailed this like 20 years ago. Why am I here again?
Oh my god, just let me go home and die.
And his wife is like, "No, you gotta get that golden toilet we were always wanting." He's like, "Fine, wife. I barely look at my son in this version."
Yeah, well, his face is just a little lion face, so why would you? It's not gonna emote or interact with you.
Yeah, I just can't, without any of the humanity, well, the voice acting's worse for one, and without any humanity of their faces, I just
The
can't
voice
buy,
acting's horrible.
just can't buy the connection between them anymore.
Yeah.
Where,
Everyone sounds like they're gonna fall asleep.
Do something.
especially James Earl Jones. Yes. He was like napping, and they're like, James, wake the fuck up, you need to record your lines. Oh,
He's like, I'm
yes.
85 and I did this shit already. Love.
Those kings
I just want to die.
be
Just let me die in peace.
so am
IRL Mufasa dies. Spoilers.
IRL and in the movie twice. 2 times now.
Yep, 2 times. Scar, brother, bitch slap me down the cliff.
The land of the unwanted beans.
See, couldn't they have had some of these, you know, these lengthened shots? Couldn't they have had some of them be interesting, though? Like, it would be cool to see how the hyenas live a little bit. Maybe see, like, a little bit of their clan and see them, like, properly interact when Scar's not around. Like, that could have been cool. Seeing, like, a hyena pup or something and see how, like, they view the world and it's different. Like, that could have been a cool angle, too.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely ways they could have expanded on it in a way that was meaningful, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even a scene like this, like, could be really cool.
And they...
Because we don't really get to see him interact very much in the original, aside from when Scar's there. Like, we don't really...
They're meant
I
to be
mean, we
more
know
comedic
what's
relief.
motivating them, but... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know what's motivating them, but we don't see how bad it is for them, or, like, what's really driving them, like, how desperate their situation is. Like, that could have been cool to see.
Right.
And make them more empathetic, too. I think, if anything, they made these guys less sympathetic than the original cast.
Mm-hmm. God, I miss the color red right now.
Oh my god.
It's just...
Can you even see red?
Can you even see that shit?
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't
I can.
see pink, and pink is just light
Well,
red.
I
so-
see it. I just can't identify it.
What does that mean?
What does that mean, colorblind let? Of the
I see
Lorne.
it. I just
Clorner.
don't know it. Okay, so you don't see it. Okay, that's fine.
Mufasa has always shown too much restraint.
Mufasa is just kind of annoying.
I am king.
I don't have any strong feelings,
Yeah,
but
I am
I
king,
feel
I
like
guess.
he should die.
Never.
I
Damn.
feel like he should die, and maybe it should be my fault. I don't know. What do you guys think?
This guy is no Jeremy Irons, that's for sure.
No.
God, I could buy it so much. Like, this makes me miss everything about the original so much. It's like,
I
the way he
know.
delivers it, I am king, I guess. We'll kill him, I suppose.
What
I
do
guess
you
it's a
all
pretty
think?
good idea.
Let's have a caucus right now and vote on it.
Caucus. I like that word.
Yeah. Hyena caucus, and we'll have a delegate, and we'll vote on it. Do we
Oh,
think Scar should
here's
be
the
king?
song.
I don't know.
Vote yes on Prop 13.
Vote yes for Mufasa to die.
That's
I
Prop
guess.
13.
Yep. Prop 86 or whatever. What was the thing they were saying meant to kill someone? I don't know. 86.
Be prepared.
Am I crazy?
Be prepared.
Oh, I hate this.
I know, right? Isn't it awful?
Be prepared if you feel up to it.
Be somewhat ready.
Be somewhat ready! If you feel like it, if I'm not inconveniencing you. Where are my goddamn Nazi hyenas?
Yeah, right? He's
They-
like,
well,
oh,
okay.
let's have the Howl at the Moon finish, except there's like no build up to that, so that just felt lame, but...
So, no lava, no red, it was all plain, boring, dark gray. The hyenas did not move at all. Scar just kind of climbed up a rock, and that was it. Really exciting stuff.
Jesus Christ. You know it's bad when Blake is complaining about your color palette.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's such a beautiful, like, the way it's colored in the original. It's so that even a disabled blind man, colorblind man such as I can tell that something's missing.
Blake's like, I can't even tell what half these colors are. I just know they're missing.
Pretty much. Well, I mean, it's obvious. Deep reds, that's obvious, you know.
Yeah.
And you know that there's issues with this movie when not only am I bored, you know, I'm only not dying because I'm talking to you, Jana, but there is also the fact that in the original movie, I can't believe we're already to these. Even though I assume it must be longer here, I can't believe we're already to the you know, gorge scene, because in the original, even though it's short, if you connect so much to these characters that it feels longer.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
It feels like I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes.
I know.
I'm bored, but I'm also, it's just kind of just flying by.
I agree, yeah. And I think the original, too, they were able to pack quite a bit of good moments in with the characters despite not having a lot of time to really establish them. Because like I said, in a film, you don't have that kind of luxury. They do a pretty damn good job of, like, building those characters and those emotional moments without a ton of time. Quite good how they do it. And, you know, you look at, like, there's all the deleted characters, and I know everyone in the fandom, like, you know, that Nala's brother was cut or whatever, and they like all the fan theories about him, but I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, it was cut for a reason. Like, they basically cut out anything that wasn't relevant, you know?
Right, exactly. And this movie didn't exactly add any of it back, it just added really long shots of pointless shit.
I know, right? Like, that'd be cool if Nala had a brother, though. I mean, they have the design for him, and, you know, he's kind of a common fan character, you know, in, like, fanfics and stuff, but no, they never had him.
This scene is also really missing the expression of when he starts seeing the things. It's just, he's kind of like, oh no.
Oh, this is the thing that's happening. Okay, he looks a little scared there. That's good.
A little. Yeah, they a little.
More emotive than most of the rest of the film.
Yeah.
Actually picked up on.
I love that too. Simba?
Simba?
Wait, my
so
son? I have one of those?
I have one.
I have a son.
Well, even though in reality you only get like 3 scenes with Simba and Mufasa directly interacting in the original, but they just feel them as a father-son. And this I do. Simba. I have one of those things.
I have one of them.
Thanks for the reminders, Scar. You're a good brother.
Oh wait, when I fuck Linus, you get pregnant. Oh.
Simba.
That's why there's so many cubs around. Oh. I forgot.
So that was what was popping out of her vagina.
Wait, so I have a lot of sons and daughters. I just forgot about them.
Simba just has like hundreds of brothers and sisters, just like lost in the like cavern
lost
somewhere.
For time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Never
them
fed.
are dead now.
Oh, I see
I don't know.
little skulls
I might
over
use
here.
Another one, but
I guess I'll help this one.
since I'm here anyway, I'm not that. When I fuck Linus, you get pregnant. That's why she fat.
You
My
gain
wife
weight.
fat.
Me wife fat, me not know. Me fuck her fat. Me no understand.
Me have son.
Me have son, she fat.
Me have another son, but one dead.
one dead, many may be dead, me no know.
Me stop keeping track. Me not have brain to think about things like sons dying. Me think about eat and sex.
Eat and sex.
Eat
Yes.
and sex and clothing head till dead.
No wonder that's where his crackpot thing. Oh, my stupid son that I forgot I had is complaining to me about why we eat things. They become grass, I guess.
They be hunt.
They be
hunt.
hunt.
We hunt. They die. Come grass. I don't know how baby lions are made. Don't ask. I keep forgetting.
They be hunt, me fuck cunt. That's all I know.
Me kill other lions that wander.
I like that
In
bit
here.
slap in this version.
I know.
Instead of the original G-rated me.
Oh yeah, no, there's blood in the original if you pause it.
Yeah, the original, like the way he digs into his it actually like painful to watch. And this one he
Yeah.
just bitch slaps him.
And then he kind of ragdolls down like a Skyrim model. That would be funny to watch. Someone should do a parody of that. They've done like that 3D Lion King meme that was a thing years ago.
Oh god, yeah.
They should make one like that, except it's like Fasa as a Skyrim ragdoll. Like Scar hits him and he just goes flying like 400 feet, and then just like arms flailing and like breaking and shit.
And then Simba's like, "That's pretty poggers, a really epic gaming moment. My dad's an epic gamer. Oh shit, he's dead."
Not enough G fuel. We tried, kid. Not enough G fuel. He was not. He didn't
G-fuel
scream and piss his
insufficient.
pants in rage when he lost the game. Because remember, it's not just a game. You can't lose. That's a weak mindset.
Honestly, yeah.
He does that move my cat does. Touches with paw. Are you alive? Are you gonna feed me? I guess not. Time to climb on the counters.
The scene that never ceases to make me tear up, and I do not give a shit. He fuck lioness no more.
No more. Fuck, I didn't mean to die for that one. I can just make another one. That was backwards. Sit down, you pathetic waste of, of life.
You know you're one of your father's hundreds of brothers, sons, and daughters.
Hundreds, and most of them are dead because of me, and now you will be too.
Well, no, they're dead because of Mufasa negligence. That was our headcanon, remember? They're stuck in the caverns with no food.
Well, that too.
He's like, I only actually got to about 3 of them. The other, like, hundreds of ones. He was just
died.
dead of neglect, and he took surprisingly good care of you. That's why I had to go out of my way. It's rather inconvenient,
Normally, I
actually.
just waited for them to starve to death, and then if they didn't, I just finished them off.
I didn't
It
have
was
to
very
do shit.
easy. He was too fucking retarded to figure it out for this long. He was too stupid to figure out where all his children were disappearing to, so I just kept making sure they died.
Oh, I thought the pile of bones over there was for decoration.
Oh, me brother keep asking alone time with Cub, and then Cub no here anymore. Scar, you need to keep closer eye on Cub. I'll give you more alone time with Cub next time to make sure you can be sure that they don't that Cub
No move no more.
no go nowhere.
Be now more obedient. Obedience training.
Make sure that nothing bad happens. I'll keep you with Cub longer next time. I'm sure nothing bad can happen now.
No bad happen.
No bad happened when Brother Scar watched Cub, usually, maybe.
Usually, maybe. Me just guess best. Is happen.
Sometime when you do babysit, it just die. It happened.
Me wife too busy being fat and stuff to judge the situation, so I just go off instinct.
Ma gently moves her humanized meerkat fingers down to the top of Simone's
we can't-
human-like neck.
we can't.
Tender
We
to
can't
touch.
spoil. We can't
Just
spoil.
below his back hairline, briefly rubbing and loving.
Jana, we
squeezing.
can't spoil this fan fiction yet. We're gonna go
No.
over it soon. We need to.
Sorry for reading porn. I didn't mean to read it.
They really ruined this part with the thorns too. That's another moment that was surprisingly like oof. There's just a few
Yeah.
bushes, you know. He just kind of like walks under them.
He just kind of runs into the desert. Ugh.
Because in the original, like him and the hyenas get hurt, you know, and actually like ugh.
Son be hurt by thorn in bush in desert.
Me dead, but me still
But
think
now
thought.
no more.
Had been
Man, they look so drab right now.
a cub whose blood
I mean, I get the scene is supposed to be drab, but like, damn, they looking real drab right now.
Dummy drab.
I only wish I clung to the good
I'm trying to convey an emotion, but this scene is too dummy drab.
The lionesses are like, we just rolled in dirt 5 minutes before filming, like a shit ton of dirt.
We're just gonna quietly stare at him.
some help,
It's just super gray in the middle of the afternoon. It's fine.
safety,
We are slightly concerned.
and so
A little, but
Just a
like
little.
it's not a big deal.
If it does
It's not worth like moving over.
if it do not inconvenience you, I will assume the throne, I suppose.
future.
I guess if it feels like a good day for it. Maybe the weather's a little drab. Doesn't look like Africa. This looks like the UK.
It's my homeland.
It
They're
makes sense.
fucking it up. The desert.
Did you know that there was a tree growing in the middle of Libya, in the middle of the Sahara Desert? Like, just a tree that had been there for, like, hundreds of years. And it was surrounded by no other trees for, like, hundreds of miles. And it got destroyed because someone hit it with their car. I'm like, how the fuck do you hit the only, like, object for hundreds of miles? Like, how the fuck do
Fucking
you do
sucks.
that?
And that sucks. That's lame.
I know, that's, like, the lamest shit ever. From what I understand, I think they replaced it with like a bronze tree or something. Like they commemorated it or replaced it with, which I think is really cool. But I'm just like,
Yeah.
how the fuck do you hit the only thing, like the only thing you could possibly hit for hundreds of miles? What kind of fucking brainlet energy is that?
Oh shit! It's coming
Oh,
really
fuck,
slowly.
what the-
They fell asleep and found themselves like 50 miles away from the nearest road,
Yeah.
and somehow their
Just hit the
vehicles
only
kept going.
tree. I mean, I only had like fucking 5 billion miles to see it coming from far away, but you know, I still hit it. There's our boy Timon.
It's time for the weed.
He's a good boy. You might even say he's great. You might even say he's Timon the Great.
Timon the Great.
Timon
He's
the
really
Great
great.
and powerful.
Look at those toe bangs.
If you don't care about Timon and want to talk about him at all times, can we just say you're a fucking loser?
But I think Pumbaa's pretty cool character. Shut the fuck up. Timon is the one. He is
Literally,
God.
Timon, he is the Great.
The Great. And he just loves his mother so much.
He cannot help but swallow as his mother rubs him in this part of his torso. Watch people from MLK somehow find this and watch it and be
Oh,
like,
I'll
oh,
be-
that stupid cunt is talking about us.
I'll be elated if that
I'm
happens.
gonna net her
Honestly,
again.
I'll be elated if that happens. And especially when we cover more specific MLK stuff. Some
Oh,
of these
God.
people are such weirdo creeps. Like, you know, I have our band of friends. We're normal human beings. There are other normal human beings that we don't have in our like specific circle that are perfectly cool. But there are some real creeps and weirdos on that site that if they found it and they got salty about it, that would just make me happy.
Oh my
they can
god,
get
dude,
fucked.
literally. I feel like I feel like if people from MLK found this video, I feel like half of them would be like taking offense because we're describing them, and then the other half would be like, "Yeah, no, it's exactly right, basically." But
all the normal human beings would pretty much say that, because they're
oh
also
my
not the
God.
ones that we're making fun of in the first place.
I know, dude. I wish I still had that YouTube video, that unlisted one, of Adolfo just like hysterically fake sobbing into the camera
Yeah.
for like 10 minutes. He's like, I never, my friends, I never do anything to hurt you.
Oh my god.
It was like the most cringe video, and I think Jack was the only one with the link, and then my Skype got deleted, and so I'm just like, well, it's
That
probably
sucks.
gone.
We'll have to.
I'm not about to ask him for it, so
We'll have to do a few recordings. We'll start with some of those fan fictions. That's probably going to be the funniest thing to start out with. Just as much
the
that we
Pumbaa
can.
fart murderer one.
Yes, that and the Timon one and stuff. And if we can find that Elsa pregnancy one, that'd be great too.
Oh my god.
If we could find some of those, that'd be perfect to start out
I think
with.
that one was funny too, just because of who it was writing it. Because that girl, like, I felt kind of bad for her because she was like my age at the time. She was like 17, 18. But I just remember because of her family was like so restricted because of the weird, I don't know, fucking cult basically.
Oh
That
yeah.
was the whole thing. Do you remember when Tim? Oh god, poor Tim. Do you remember when he had a crush on her?
I think I know who you're talking about then, yeah.
Yeah, and then it like fizzled out immediately because apparently she just was like so awkward on video call. I felt bad because I don't know. Yeah, she just was very, you know, I don't know. Her posts were always very like childish almost. I think because it just she just was very, very isolated and homeschooled and everything. No hate on her, but you know, she'd be like 18 and posting like, "Oh, I just watched like Sunny with a Chance on Disney Channel." You know, like these like Disney Channel shows that are meant for like people half her age.
Right.
And I'm kind of like, okay, you know, just very like innocent stuff. And then you find out she's writing like a Elsa porn graphic fanfic with another guy.
And so many of these fan fictions never got no moderation on
Well,
these.
yeah, because they're like 600 pages long, and who the fuck's gonna read that?
Us soon.
Yeah, God.
Oh my god.
Well, it's probably
And no
deleted
offense, if
now, but
well, we'll see. If any of these are from people that are like, you know, not horrible human beings, well, you know, we'll preface it's cringe, but you know, they're probably fine people. But
I
some
think
of them,
she was fine. I
yeah.
think she just was like
So
very.
we can give that disclaimer on some of them if we know
Yeah.
anything about them.
Well, I think she was just very like closeted, for lack of
Right.
a better word, with her family. Like that was probably the only like freedom she had to do anything like that. So I feel kind of bad on the one sense, but on the other hand, it's like this is a PG-13 forum, and she's just like posting straight up fucking like porn, but it's like 600 pages in. I don't even know how we found it. Probably looking like keyword search. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's how we always found
That
like,
we
cringy shit.
We need to do that. We should do keyword searches.
Oh my god.
See what we find.
Adolfo rubs his girl's belly so he can feel them getting N-word. That was an unfortunate typo.
It was. Also, finally, to get back to the movie a little bit, and finally some goddamn color.
Yeah,
At least.
right.
It's not as colorful as the original, even close, but, you know, at least it looks a little nicer.
They bumped the saturation up in post, probably.
It's a
That's how it feels right now.
small complaint, but I really miss the, in that scene, it was fun how they had the, like, more, like, neon colored bugs with the, like, different size. Like, some of them were ridiculously, like, unrealistically big. And I like how, they were actually able to, unrealistic, yeah, but they were able to grab things like a human would and, like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, they weren't just eating out of a log, like, directly, like, out of, like, a trough, you know.
Yeah.
Little things like that.
Dude, Disney must have been on crack this year because they're just like, you know, in 2019, because they're like, oh yeah, let's have like Lion King, but we'll have it be realistic, but we'll still try and have them act cartoony because that won't be weird and unsettling and Uncanny Valley. And then they're like, oh, let's do even better. Let's do like cat people musical.
Oh God. I almost feel like we should watch that one too.
Weird. I've heard it's extremely boring, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but we
that's the
could
thing. Or we could watch like a best of scenes or something. I don't know.
I'm sure it'll be funner with both of us, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because this is, speaking of boring.
Yeah, right. We've just been talking about MLK porn fanfics. But
Yes, we're doing a this whole commentary. Yes, this whole commentary is just a front to give you a sneak preview to future videos covering MLK.
Oh my God.
The greatest
Everyone's
forum.
like, are you sure it'll be interesting to make material, you know, like to make videos on the material? And I'm like,
oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the any doubters, the craziness runs deep in that website.
oh no, like
Enough to where we
website,
will.
like,
There's no way we could possibly cover all of it, and there's some stuff that I would not dare even touch because I'd be worried about some of the people connected with it. Some people were actually
I
legitimately
was
harmed
about,
by people on that site.
I was
So
just thinking about it. I think we're thinking about the same person, but I know the
Mm.
police got involved in that site on at least one occasion,
hmm
and we filed a police report on another occasion. I don't think that one went anywhere. That was
one of them we
too.
could totally cover though, and I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, not to
yeah,
go,
one of
not
them
to
I think
spoil
we could,
anything.
but the other one I don't want to out because that was.
You're talking about the one that we could talk about. Don't want to spoil anything yet because we could totally talk about this. Is Leviara, right?
Leviara. Yes, Leviara. Leviara Linus, yeah.
Oh God, we could that could make an hour-long video on its own.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. But no, the other one I was talking about was with our other friend.
Yeah, we wouldn't
With
want to get
the
into that.
authorities. Yeah, we won't get into that one. But
plenty of material anyway.
no, like there was cops involved. There's people who got married off that site.
Mhm. Well,
Shit's
I mean,
weird.
me and David.
I mean, you.
we
you
met on
technically.
that site. Yeah,
You met on that site and you're getting married, so
it's such a.
I think there were other people too who did. I know there was a lot of relationships off that site, including me. Mine did not turn out. It's okay.
There's a lot of it's.
There's a lot
Forums.
of dating drama on that site, like way too much for a
Yeah.
fucking Lion King piece of shit forum.
Yeah, for a Lion King forum, so many, to be fair, a lot of really positive things happened, a lot of cringe happened, and a hell of a lot of weird, bad shit happened. So it was a very weird mix of, it was just,
Yeah.
it was like its own mini Twitter or something.
It
But
felt like a small town. It was like
Yeah.
that exact size where like everyone kind of knew everyone, but it wasn't like
Nobody.
so small that nothing happened. It just was
Right.
like
Now
small
it's that,
town
but-
vibe. Yeah. Well, now it's
Now it's
that,
only 40-year-olds talking about
Lion Guard.
Guard, see the troops, 51. I really like the scene where the cheetah. I don't have any
Oh
more
my God.
cereal.
Dude, imagine the shit fit. I know they're making a sequel to this live action thing, which I'm kind of wondering. I'm like, are they going to adapt Lion King 2 or are they actually going to do something new? Because that could be interesting. But I don't know. I didn't know they had any plans to adapt sequels to the movies because a lot of them are shitty and they'd probably rather forget about them. So I don't know what's going to happen. Dude, imagine the shit fit. If they adapted Copa on the big, I know they'll never do it, but if they had if they even hinted at Copa in the live action Lion King 2, I feel like that site would rise from the dead just to have
Yes.
all the fangirls be like, yes, Copa, Simba's one true son.
Like
Finally.
his son that no one gives a shit about but us for some reason. For context, Copa is a very obscure. After the movies came out, right? Like he was in comics. He was supposed to be the son.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not obscure if you're in the fandom because everyone
Oh, yeah.
fucking talks about it for no reason. It's one of the
You
first
explain this,
things
Jenna.
you're introduced to I forget that normies. God, sorry. I forget that normies like don't know who Koopa is. I'm like, oh really? They're like, who's that? And I'm like, you're probably better off just not.
Yeah, I like heard a little bit about it. I was like, I do not give a shit.
Yeah, no. Okay, so they
big
had
fan.
that book series, The Lion King 6 New Adventures. And to be fair, they did open some cans of worms that Disney never did. And it was kind of licensed by Disney, so it's semi-official. But Disney never really created it or had anything to do with it, so sort of not. But it's like, you know, it says like who Scar's parents were and like all this other shit. So it's like it does delve into stuff. So it's like for a lot of people's fanfic canons or whatever, they borrow off of that because that's all they have. But for whatever reason, you know, they had all these other cub friends for Simba, but no one cared about them. But they all cared about his stupid son because, you know, the cub at the end of this movie isn't given a gender. Everyone assumed it was a guy. So then they made Simba knockoff number 206 clone Copa, who apparently has like no personality, is barely a part of the story, and everyone's just like, they erased him. We need justice for Copa. We need Disney to acknowledge him. He needs to be in the next Lion King film. Let's petition to get him in the Lion. I'm like, bro, who the fuck cares? People be like, do you believe in, like, literally threads be like, do you believe in Copa? I'm like, what the fuck believe in Copa?
Do you believe in Copa?
Do you believe in Simba's shitty son? Do you believe in retconning after retconning? Which, like, the entire second film, I rewatched it, is like not very good. It's basically one giant retcon as well, filled with like random like plot threads that don't go anywhere. And even like, I remember someone on the forum even reached out to one of the Lion King 2 directors or something, and this was, to be fair, this is like 10 years after that movie, but he's just like, because everyone, I guess what people were hung up on was like, who the fuck are the Cubs? Because everyone's like, oh, you could always tell the normies, the newbies in the fandom, they're like, isn't Kobu and Kiara incest because he's Scar's son? And then someone just launches in and is like, he says that in the movie like 5 times, that he's not his son, so stop asking. It's not incest. Disney wouldn't allow that, okay? So stop it.
They wouldn't allow that.
Same fucking argument. And so then everyone's like, well, who are they then? Like, who do they belong to? Enter like every headcanon and fanfic ever to exist. And then yeah, and so someone literally asked the director, and they basically were like, I don't know.
I directed this shit years ago. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about your fanfic canon. Who fucking cares?